speed. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. And I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you give a least. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
Dreams, I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. The men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This thing's my love. It's Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
And welcome to the prison show. It is Friday, November the 10th. We are here.
Yay.
The gang is all here. There's a whole lot of going on in here this Friday night. But before we start, support for KPFT and the prison show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Athens?
Yep. Sounds all right.
It can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at, do you have your pens ready? 512-476-6201. And we would also like to thank Diana Williams, Gloria Rubac, Nikki Llewellyn, Abraham Bonowitz, Verena, I do this every week, Stossel, Ralph Stanley, David Collingsworth, I got that name right, Linda Thomas, Alex Hernandez, Mike Lewis, Marcy Simmons, and Tanika Solomon.
Woohoo, we miss Tanika.
Yes, we do.
I got to get her on the calendar. She says she's got some help in the office now and she can come back for a while.
Which is awesome. We appreciate that. Now, as far as this evening, let's see. David has a great show lined up for us. And like I said, we have a whole lot of going on. We have Marcus here helping us with the, what do you call that again? The
Switcher Studio.
And then we have Trouble doing the board.
I stay in trouble.
And we have Alex doing the phones. Hey. And David, of course, is next to me.
Sitting here sweating. It's hot in here, man.
And I have a jacket on.
I can't believe you got a jacket on.
Yes. It's because I'm petite.
Okay.
Yeah, right. And then behind me, I would go behind, but I have to.
That's the cameraman's job.
Yeah, I have to. Well, I have to like turn and look.
Oh.
I'm so used to doing that. I know Linda's behind me, and
Simon Riley.
Some of
you guys might know him. He just He's a returning citizen.
He is.
He's done what? 22 years, 21 years, 11 months, and 14
And
days.
14 days, yeah.
Got to count it.
Yeah.
How many hours? Do you know that?
Yeah. And then, of course, we have Gloria Rubac with the Texas death penalty abolition movement out in the front. And on the phone, we have Tricia Moreno Ruiz with the Texas Inmate Male Support Advocates. Maybe we need to tell them to turn it down a little bit. Yeah.
They're having a good old time.
I know. I'm hearing myself.
I thought it was the radio going. I went and turned the radio down.
No, So we're gonna have a great show lined up for y'all. We got some letters this week, and I think Linda and I will be letting y'all know what we got.
Yeah, I pawned them off on the ladies.
Yeah.
I just brought them in and passed them out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, and we appreciate them so much. I'm not sure if
Well, we had one for Pan African Journal too, but I put it in the engineer's room, so
okay.
it got sent to my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, the way guys are down there is everybody will just share the addresses. So it's like, hey, KPFT, you got their new address? Oh yeah, here it is, and it's my address.
It's your address.
That's cool. I mean, they'll get their mail.
Yeah, which is,
Better than what it is here a lot of times.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you never know. It's a can I say crapshoot? It's a crapshoot.
You're asking me. I'll say anything.
Well, I don't think it's one of the 7 deadlies, so.
No, I don't think it is.
Javier's getting on us for looking at each other. We got to be like Dewey. You got to talk into the mic. It's a 1970s mic.
Yeah.
If we want to look at each other, maybe we have to turn the mic a little bit.
Okay. All right. I got it. All right. So,
It's time.
It's time. We're going to swing on over to Tricia on line 1. Hi, Tricia.
Hello. How are you guys this evening?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I cannot complain at all.
Okay. You got some good news for us or some great news?
I don't have great news, but I have better news.
Well, better news is better than no news.
Yeah.
But, there is going to be a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to the digital mail. I spoke with Tammy at MSDP today, and they brought into the Dallas Processing Center more computers, which will enable more people to obviously work. And they're making progress, just not as fast as everybody wants them to make it, but the new equipment and the new computers will enable them to sustain the transition. So once they get caught up, it should be more seamless for those desperately waiting on their mail. So they are still quite a bit behind. She couldn't give me an ETA, but just on my own experience of what I've been sending in, they're still about 6 weeks behind. But that should change. Like I said, they got new equipment to make it move faster, such as letter openers, so forth and so on. Honestly, I don't think they prepared for the volume. And with Securus, they're in most states like Florida, Georgia, but they don't have the volume that we have.
I'm sorry to
Texas.
interrupt you. Did you just say letter opener?
Yes, so they have automated letter openers that will open the stuff.
Okay.
So automate the process.
I was like,
Yeah,
man, hold
Not
up.
like the old school blade. No, not like the old school blade. I should have said that better. But it's an automated letter opener. But they weren't prepared for that volume. So I think in Securus said they were like, oh, we've got Florida. We did that, no problem. But Florida doesn't have the fraction of units and incarcerated people nowhere near the 100,000 that are in Texas. So they weren't prepared for it. But they are making those changes. For businesses, they did make a positive change for us we can send our communications, such as correspondence to the inmate or our newsletters and such, that can go directly to the unit, which comes right on time for the holiday. I know, Tim, though, we do our newsletters. We try to do one for the big holidays at the end of the year. And I know Tifa, they're pretty diligent with getting their newsletters out. So it at least lets those incarcerated get actual mail instead of nothing, just that digital mail. And that should help with holiday correspondence with companies and organizations reaching out to those incarcerated. So I think that that's a win. As far as businesses, we can't send photographs, photo books, or, she told me something else. I can't remember. Greeting cards. Those businesses cannot send into the units. So I think that they're making progress, just not in our time, and that is very frustrating for all involved. But we just have to plan ahead. So for those listening that are not incarcerated, I do say to go ahead and send your Christmas cards now. To hopefully they'll make it by Christmas, but going into the digital mail center. That's the best that I have as far as it relates to mail. One obstacle they shared with me today that is a big problem, and what I'm going to share are things that make it harder for businesses to help those inside. It makes it harder for advocacy groups to reach those inside, but it's not just affecting families, it's affected everybody trying to help those inside. People have resorted to sending fake legal mail into the units. So, for example, they'll go and they'll look up just say criminal defense attorney in Austin, and they'll make fraudulent labels for that attorney, and they send it into the envelope into the unit, and it's not legal mail. That attorney didn't send it. So the unit, with their limited staff, are having to call every attorney that's sending legal mail to verify that they sent it. And they're finding a lot of drugs on this mail coming in as legal mail. And we've even seen people soliciting it in the Facebook groups that you can purchase it and then you just send it as legal mail, or they'll send it for you as legal mail. It's a hot mess, and it's messing up everything for everybody. It's making those people that should be approving the e-messages, viewing the digital mail, all of that stuff, doing denials and sending out legal mail, all of that, and giving out packages. It's all delayed because they're tied up doing these little tasks of people trying to circumvent the process. So it is affecting everybody. So it would be nice if we could not do that. But that is what it is. That and books. There's a big issue with books now being sent in with contraband on it, and that is going to pose a problem if we enjoy books. And the agency in no way has said that they're going to move to this. I'm just a forward thinker and what I have seen in other states. And eventually they won't have books. They'll go to ebooks because they now have those nice little tablets that they can put ebooks on. So that is something we all need to think about. If we're doing our little dirty deeds, we might want to protect the little things that we have left because it's impacting everybody. And that's really all I have today.
Yeah, well, it's true though. They shove stuff down the binding and everything else. I seen I seen a video where they were just tearing a book all apart, and all this stuff was in there.
Yeah.
Yep, I've seen it. When I did I'm a psychologist, and I did work as a psychologist in multiple states in the prison system, and I would go help out during Christmas, the holidays. The mail is always just a hot mess, and they always want anybody to go help them process mail. So as medical, I literally left medical and went right into the mailroom to help them. And normally I wouldn't have Narcan on me. It would just be in medical, and I would leave it in my locker and then go home. But for whatever reason, I just went, and I had that Narcan on me, and a new boot had opened up mail, and he had either a paper cut or some type of open sore in his hand. I don't remember what the sore was, but whatever it was, when he opened it, there was a white powdery substance in it, and it got into that open sore. And he literally went from looking fine to falling out backwards in a chair. and almost dying. And if I didn't have that Narcan on me, he would have died from that. It was fentanyl, and it's very concerning to me. Then it was, but even now, because we put our mailroom staff in these positions. If I didn't have that Narcan, he wouldn't have made it. And if I didn't volunteer for the mail, he wouldn't have made it. So those kind of things we don't think of when we're thinking of chasing that dragon and doing our dirt, is what I call it. But lives can be lost, and it is very sad.
Well, thank you, Tricia. Is there an address where they can reach you at?
Of course. I live in 2 states, Texas and Florida, but during all of the year, my mail comes to Florida, and that address is, you can just put TIMSA, TIMSA on it, and our P.O. Box is P.O. Box 580247, Kissimmee, Kissi, M as in Mike, EE, Florida 34758.
All right. Well, thank you, Tricia. Thank you for the
Thank
information, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you, Miss Tricia.
I hope you guys have one as well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. All right. Well, quick draw.
Cut it right off.
Quick draw there. All right. And now we have Mr. Simon Riley. He's a returning citizen, paralegal, and friend of the prison show. We were doing some chit-chatting before the show began. How you doing, Mr. Simon?
I'm doing good. And how about yourself?
Oh, well, always good. Not like Hank, though. Not like $1 million.
Well, it's close.
It's close. Yeah, it's close. So what you got this evening?
Well, I just, I'm glad to finally be home, and just the overwhelming support of everybody that's pretty much just laid out a red carpet. And after, being incarcerated for so long, I'm just excited, and it was a slow start until I got all my credentials, ID, and certain documents that I needed to move forward.
You were telling us that they didn't give those to you.
No, unfortunately, I did not have my ID or Social Security or birth certificate. And so the first 3 weeks, which is where I'm at now, has been pretty much at a standstill until I eventually got an ID a couple of days ago. And so now things are starting to move a little forward.
Did you have to go through an agency to get your ID, or did you just...
Well, you order it before you leave prison,
Okay.
and then they'll send it to your parole officer. And so they finally sent mine to my parole officer, the ID and the birth certificate, but I'm still without a Social Security card. So, those are just, small hurdles that amount to large setbacks.
Whenever I got out, they didn't... You were supposed to go through the process, but it wasn't good enough to actually work yet. So I ended up having to get out without any kind of ID. All I had was my inmate ID. And whenever I went to Beaumont, I went to a transitional work center halfway house, and they take you down to get all your ID and everything, but they said that they could use my inmate ID, and I could mail myself something and go get a library card using my letter that I received in the mail, and that the library would accept that to give me a library card. And then with my inmate ID and my library card, I could get my Social Security card. It was just a major process, a pain in the rear end.
Now the reentry program, orders those documents for you prior to your release in most cases. But in some cases, because everything is so far behind, you might not go through that process. And you may be released without any identification. And what I experienced was the prison ID, once you cash the little checks that they give you, it's no good for anything else.
It's called a secondary ID. You actually have to use that plus something else. And then a lot of places look at it like, oh, he's an inmate, like you're fixing to rob him.
And speaking of that, when I did get my ID, a lot of things are done online now, and so I couldn't establish a bank account online because they said my ID was less than 3 months old. So I have to, physically appear at the bank to open an account.
Yeah, and then you can start an online account once you physically appear.
Yes.
Once you get it open, then you can do online banking. It's so much easier.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
It appears to be.
So I know that right after COVID happened, they were doing the reentry documents for y'all. But I know several people that have been on the show and several people that I know personally, they have not received those documents. So when you went to do your parole and the reentry portion, did they tell you were going to have these documents when you walked out?
Well, they tell you that you don't need the documents to be released. And if you are released without the documents, then they will be sent to your parole officer, who will then give them to you. And that was the case with me. I did not have the documents upon my release. And so I had to eventually receive them from my parole officer.
But you still don't have your Social Security card.
I still don't have my Social Security card. And the thing about it is that they give you an 800 number, and I called the 800 number, and it wasn't an active number.
So do you have your birth certificate?
I do have my birth certificate.
And now you have a driver's license?
I have an ID.
You have an ID?
Yes,
Well, you
sir.
can take your birth certificate and your ID card to the Social Security's office and actually get your Social Security card.
The good thing about it is that I have a supportive parole officer, and she is doing everything that she can to ensure that I receive the Social Security card. So I'm just going to move forward with the ID that I do have, because I do know my Social Security number. And in most cases, if you can recite the number, they have electronic means to determine or verify your identification by verbally giving them
I
the
think
number.
once you get employment, though, they're going to want a copy of it.
Yeah, that's very possible.
So whenever you go to the Social Security office with your ID card and your birth certificate, they'll give you a printout right there, and then your card will come later in the mail. But that way you'll have your printout if you get employment, then you can give them that printout, and it'll at least show them that you're for real waiting on a card.
Yeah, waiting on a card and waiting on a job.
I'm trying to lead into that.
Yeah, I need them both to come at the same time.
So we have quite a lot of attorneys that actually tune into us, and I know you have some experience here with paralegal stuff. Can you tell us about that?
Well, when I went to prison, prior to being sent to TDC, my appellate attorney told me that there was an error in my case, but he wouldn't tell me what it was. And so I studied the law. I started studying the law, trying to find it, reading the transcripts, and being with other people that were more advanced. And so it led me to 16 years. It led me to 16 years of studying the law. And so when the COVID hit and all the stimulus checks came, I invested in me. I went to school and studied paralegal studies and civil litigation. And so as it turns out, now I'm skilled in criminal law, from the file to the trial, civil litigation, and just writing briefs and memorandums. And I have habeas corpus experience. I've filed and litigated in the Fifth Circuit. So I've educated myself in the field of law to an extent that I have had success. And, I'm also a grant writer. I spent a lot of time making sure that I would have the mental tools to be successful whenever I was released.
So if Paul Morgan or Gary Cohen or Burke Butler or any of those attorneys out there are listening, we have Simon Riley in the studio, and he's ready to go to work. He's ready to. What'd you have? Blackstone.
Blackstone Career Institute,
So
paralegal studies and civil litigation.
I'm trying to get your foot in the door, brother.
Yeah, and I do know, and I do know Gary Cohen. He represented me on a civil. I mean, no, Gary Cohen represented me on a parole issue. Trey Apfel represented me on a civil issue, and I did write Paul Morgan in October of 2001 when it appeared that I was going to have success in the Court of Criminal Appeals.
So I texted Paul the other day, and he's got an iPhone, so you know how iPhones work. The letters come up blue when he's talking to me, but all of a sudden during the week they go green, which means he's in a trial. So that's why he hadn't gotten back to me.
Yeah.
So, but we're trying, brother.
Hey, anything beats a blank, and if you don't try, then you won't never succeed.
Yeah. Well, it's good that you're out. It's good that you're out here. It's good you got a home.
And that's another thing. You know, I was so fortunate enough to meet a guy named Lord Robinson, Robinson Properties, and he opened every door that he could possibly open, and I thank him most dearly because he offered me a place to stay with his family until we get another property ready to where I can move in there. And it's just, I've just been received with such love that it's real, emotional sometimes. I can't believe that someone would just open their door to a perfect stranger.
And how did you meet him?
I met him in prison.
But that's really a blessing.
Yeah. And like I say, I know he's listening, so Lloyd, I thank you, and I'm going to continue to represent your recommendation like I told you.
You got any more questions? Y'all were chatting pretty good a while ago.
I know, we were. Man.
Well, she was.
Yeah, we need a grant writer. We're going to hit you
and
up.
I spoke to David about that, but she was giving me a mini bar test. That's what she was doing.
I was, man. I was questioning him, man.
And I think she was pretty. What would she say? Satisfied.
I was.
Yeah, with the answers.
I was satisfied. But Linda and I need a grant writer for our Texas Death Row Angels because man.
Well, I definitely can arrange it, and we'll have to do the first one for free. So many people have given me so much. I just know that I have to give back in order to receive. So we'll definitely have to get together on that, and we'll research it, and I'm going to put you one together.
Well, thank you very much.
Most definitely.
Thank you.
So you got anybody you want to shout out to or anything?
I just first and foremost, I give all glory to God, because He has given me and paved the way. And, like I was telling my parole officer, I said, I've got everything, but God hadn't given me a way to pay for it all yet. And so I just shout out to everybody that's still in the struggle, and just keep on keeping on, and pray and put yourself in a position that you can receive the blessing that God has earmarked for you. And just walk in it. Just walk in it. And like my friend Lloyd always tells me, just stay focused. So shout out to everybody that's, about to get up for parole. Shout out to those who have made it. And I hope that your transition has been as smooth as mine. And that'll solve it right there.
Well, hello. I turned and I was expecting David, and there's Gloria. Well, wasn't that a shocker?
We don't really look alike.
No.
She's much prettier.
Yeah, that was well, we will be in touch, Simon.
I hope so.
Oh, we will. I know Linda and I will. And I'm pretty sure David will.
Yeah, you'll just have to come get me one day, and we'll sit down and we'll research it and find a foundation that'll fund the radio station, the Death Row Angels, and anything else that we can write a grant for.
Hey, write a grant for me. For me. Well, thank you, Simon.
Most definite.
All right. And now we have Miss Gloria. And Gloria has brought some people here.
Right.
And
Are we going to all fit up here?
I can definitely get up. Let me get up.
Okay. Well, while Drew and Lee are coming over here and putting on headphones, I want to. Okay. I want to say a couple of things. There was a number of us in Huntsville last night in the disgusting weather, protesting the disgusting action of the Texas courts, the Supreme Court, the prison system, and all the other criminals from Abbott on down. Brent didn't have any witnesses to his execution except for his spiritual advisor. But there was a number of us out there who protested and hoped, and I guess some of us prayed that he would get a stay, and it didn't happen. So, and I want to say one more thing before I introduce these guests real quick. Probably it has spread around death row already, but there are now 2 microwaves in the visiting room, and you can buy Hot Pockets and pizza. And woohoo! Yeah, can you believe that? Like, oh my gosh. Now Spider wants microwave popcorn. And the attorneys can now buy food. They were prohibited from even buying a bottle of water for their client. They can't spend $35, but I think it's $15 or something. So they can actually get something for their clients when they're interviewing them. There's 2 people with us tonight, and they are going to talk about the trauma of executions that go from generation to generation. Drew, and y'all be sure and get close to your mics, Drew's great uncle was executed back in 1950, and that's a long time ago. Yeah. And then Lee's son, and the guys that are listening, well, who've been there a while, will remember Joseph Nichols, or Nick Bay as they called him. Joe was executed in 2007. So let's start with the 50s. What in the world, and we don't have a lot of time,
okay,
but what happened with your family? And here you are today talking about your great uncle.
Right. So my great uncle Nathaniel, rest in power to him, he was executed May 17th, 1950, here in Houston. And a brief story on it, he was accused of rape, him and 2 other friends of his, of raping a white woman. He was convicted and electrocuted. My grandfather and a few of his brothers left Houston in 1950 and moved to California, thus making me from California and a lot of my other family. So my family moved away. It was a heavy burden on my family because I would hear stories of like the sheriff coming to their home in 1950, 1949, looking for my great uncle. Like, I wouldn't want to see the sheriffs in 2023 at my home.
Right.
But definitely not in Texas, coming saying that you raped a white woman. You know, and we were talking about like Buster Kern. I've been looking and I found that Buster Kern was the sheriff of the time, and he seemed like a pretty harsh guy, like very harsh, even from the looks of him. Mm-hmm. But this is what happened to my uncle. I moved. I lived in California. I came here, and I had a burning, a desire to find out what happened to my uncle. So it's just been on me. So I've been researching. My family has letters, and I've taken these letters. I've been able to read the letters, and we're transcribing them to make. We're working on a play about my uncle. So and a few other things, but it's just my family has been. It's very hard to get information on this because nobody wants to talk about it. And it's
even
not too many people alive.
50, 60, 70 years.
Yeah, even after that.
They don't want to talk.
Yeah, I have one great aunt that's left, and my mother. My mother talks to me about it a bit, but she was a little girl when this happened, so she doesn't know as much of it. Actually, she was living in Oakland at the time when this happened to him. She was with my aunt. But, yeah, no one talks about it. My aunt, Charlene, passed away maybe 6 years ago. She talked to me about it and gave the history of our family, so I have her recorded. So that's what led me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so that really helped. But she believed that my uncle was buried somewhere else at a cemetery here, but I never could find him. But come to find out, he was buried at Joe Bird Cemetery.
Oh.
Right. So I went out there to the most lonely place. I'm sure people have been. The most lonely place in the world. To stand to stand in an outhouse that only other prisoners and people that work for the prison basically have stood in and used the bathroom. And to see these graves of people that were just, discarded. And I know everybody out there wasn't a good people, but you can go to any cemetery and that's the truth. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I wanted you to say what happened when they arrested your uncle.
Okay. So I found recently one of the officers' name, I hate to say his name wrong, but I think it's Ragino. I have a picture of him. Him and another officer say that they saw my uncle downtown in an insurance building. And I have some more research to do on that because I do have another family member that was doing insurance. But they chased him. And when they took him in, from what I found out from my great aunt talking to a friend of hers, and I just found this out recently, a family friend that she talked to back when it happened, that they took him behind the police station and they took out his toenails, and made him basically confess to doing what they said. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I want to talk to you, Lee, for a minute. And your son was killed not 70 years ago, but how many years has it been?
16.
16 years.
Yes.
Briefly, your son didn't kill anybody.
No.
Briefly, because we've got about 4 minutes,
Okay.
tell our listeners, how did he wind up on death row if he didn't kill anybody?
Well, they tried him twice. First, under the law of parties, and he had been there, but he left before the man was killed. He learned about it on TV. The first jury was a hung jury. They said they could not send a man to death row nor life imprisonment for not being the shooter. The victim was shot with one bullet. The other young man involved did confess to the killing and stated that Joseph had already left. After that, the DA decided to try him again as the actual shooter. In other words, he took the gun from the other young man's hand and put it in Joseph's hand. And in that trial, the jury found him guilty and sentenced him to death. Several other things happened that were quite strange in Joseph's case, and he should not have been murdered. And it is a murder, state-sanctioned murder. It's pretty hard when you are given a date that, hey, I'm going to kill you. But that's how it is, and it's hard on the family. It's different if there was an accident or some catastrophic illness. That's a bit different. But when you know the time and the date that you're going to die, it's just heart-wrenching. And each time, you remember it every day. There's not a day that goes by that someone in the family doesn't mention Joseph, or it's just hard. And you find a place in your heart to put it so that you can deal with it from day to day, but it never goes away, no matter how long it is.
And Joe had, 3 brothers and a sister?
Yes.
And they've all got kids, and their kids have kids now.
Yes, and Joseph has 3 grandchildren.
Wow.
No.
And I know
He had one daughter.
some of the kids are actually named Joseph.
Yes, a lot of the family kids are named Joseph.
So, okay. I wish we had more time, but I just think people really need to know that this trauma goes on and on and on for generations.
It does.
And I want to remind people that tomorrow is the 24th annual march to abolish the death penalty in Austin at 2 o'clock. And if you oppose the death penalty, join us. And shout out to T and Spider. Thank y'all.
And thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. And yes, we're coming up. we're coming. We're coming.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly. 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 Slowly.
We have a small studio.
Yeah, small studio. And
Don't move too
The
fast. Don't move
old
too
studio,
fast.
we could get
Oh,
like 5 people.
yeah. Yeah, I'm going to slap them. Okay. So, yeah.
Who are you gonna slap?
Javier.
I was just saying, don't move
I
too
missed that
fast.
part.
Yeah. Javier. So,
Not hard to say, Javier.
I'm making it dramatic.
Oh, okay.
You didn't know that, Gloria? I was being dramatic. Javier.
We miss Ray. We need a drama queen.
I do. Yeah, we do miss Ray, and I am the drama queen. Yeah, in
Definitely,
case you didn't
she
know.
definitely is.
Yes. All right. So,
Are you plugged in?
I guess they unplugged you. Well,
I don't know where she's plugged in at. Where's her wire go?
I don't know because they were listening. Okay, well I have to start because
Go ahead and start.
Okay. Last night on November 10th, Brent Brewer was executed by the state of Texas. He was pronounced dead at 6:39 p.m. His last words were, "I would like to tell the family of the victim that I could never figure out the words to fix what I have broken. I just want you to know that this 53-year-old is not the same reckless 19-year-old kid from 1990. He continued, his voice cracking. I hope you find peace, and I mean it. As the drugs took effect, he gasped twice, snored several times, and then he took a few breaths. That came from the Texas Tribune. Right now, Texas has 2 scheduled executions. Get your phones out, because now is the time to call the governor's office at 512-463-2000 or 512-463-1782. Tell them you oppose the death penalty and all executions. Start calling the county DAs, and yeah, we know some dates are coming. So if you oppose the death penalty and you haven't been doing your part, start doing your part. Differences do not matter when you're standing with others protesting the injustice. We had former death row inmate Pam Perillo out there with us, with her wife last night. It was, to have a former death row inmate out there protesting in the pouring rain, protesting. So come on. Gloria it was she's an amazing woman. So as of today, the official execution schedule is David Renteria, November 16th. If David does not receive a stay, we will be out there protesting, and we know we still have some people who normally do come out there and protest. But please come out. If you do not normally protest with us, we are asking everyone to come out. The next scheduled execution is Ivan Cantu, February 28th of 2024. Now, as my friend Moy says, here's the news you can use. And if you would like a copy of this, let Linda or I know. We are going to attempt to get this to you. TDC has changed their rules, like Miss Tricia was saying, and we're going to try the 5013C as an organization and see if we can get our paperwork in there. But we know some mentally ill people may try to use our organization. But we've got it figured out, so we know what we can do, so don't try it. James Broadnax. November 3rd, the state filed their brief at the Supreme Court. There are several people going to conference at the Supreme Court on November 17th. You know who you are. Either coming out of the CCA or coming out of the Fifth Circuit. Scott Panetti, like I said last time, the state is appealing Judge Pittman's decision. They were granted a motion of extension to get that appeal in. Juan Lescano, on October 27th, your case was docketed at the Fifth Circuit. Brian Suniga, oh, I said it right. Gloria shook her head. On October 30th, Judge Hendricks denied your motion of discovery without prejudice, but stated you may re-urge your discovery motion after all relevant pleadings are filed. Aurelie Escobar, on October 30th, Judge Pittman reopened your case at the district court and set deadlines. Chong Tong, as a reminder, you're still set for oral arguments at the Fifth Circuit on December 6th. They have a habit of changing dates sometimes. I am keeping an eye on it. Eric Williams, on November 1st, Judge Godby granted a motion for discovery but denied without prejudice a motion for an indefinite stay. Then on November 2nd, Judge Godby denied without prejudice a motion for additional funding. Richard Tabler, on November 2nd, you filed a petition en banc at the Fifth Circuit. Amos Wells, on November 2nd, Judge Reed O'Connor denied your amended petition for writ of habeas corpus. Your case is dismissed with prejudice. A COA is denied on all claims. And I think Linda has some...
Yes, I've got some executions that happened after we came back on with the executions.
So it's in remembrance.
In remembrance, yes. So I don't think I read any last time.
Mm-hmm.
No, so I'm going to go from 1 to today's the 11th or 12th. Okay, number 233, November the 1st, 2000, Jeffrey Dillingham. Number 378, November the 1st, 2006, Donald Jackson. Number 332, November 2nd, 2004, Lorenzo Morris. Number 28, November 3rd, 1988, Donald Franklin. Number 352, November the 3rd, 2005, Melvin White. Number 140, November 4th, 1997, Aura Lottie. Number 333, November 4th, 2004, Robert Morrow. Number 556, November 4th, 2018, Robert Ramos. Number 443, November 5th, 2009, Christian Oliver. Number 141, November 6th, 1997, Aaron Fuller. Number 420, November 6, 2008, Elkie Taylor. Number 566, November 6, 2019, Justin Hall. Number 379, November 8, 2006, Willie Shannon. Number 490, November 8, 2012, Mario Swain. Number 545, November the 8th, 2017, Ruben Cardenas. Number 234, November the 9th, 2000, Miguel Flores. Number 334, November 9th, 2004, DeMarco McCullum. Number 353, November the 9th, 2005, Charles Thacker. Number 577, November 9th, 2022, Tracy Beatty. Number 70, November 10th, 1993, Anthony Cook. Number 335, November the 10th, 2004, Frederick McWilliams. Number 444, November the 10th, 2009, Yosavanis Valley maybe, I'm not sure. Number 42, November 12th, 1991, G.W. Green. I guess that's Gary Green, Gary W. Green. Number 421, November 12th, 2008, George Whitaker III. Number 507, November 12th, 2013, Jamie McCoskey. And then I have a poem here too from Ronan Wolfe. My voice is but a whisper, your voice a mighty roar. My voice can still the ceiling, your voice trembles the floor. My voice will crack and quiver, your voice is solid and strong. My voice holds back the raindrops, your voice calls forth the storm. My voice shines like a candle, your voice a house of flame. My voice a gentle gelding, your voice a wild mustang. My voice creates a diamond, your voice creates a pearl. The voice of source of power, our voices can change the world. That's great.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Very nice, Ronan.
I have a quick question. Did he say that his uncle, they pulled his toenails off?
Yes.
Yeah, of course, the confession. You know, it's so important to get a confession.
Different time. That was back in the 50s.
Right. I have a feeling that they may do that, you know, some people, they may do that today because you hear horror stories.
I don't think I've heard anybody's toenails getting ripped off.
Well, maybe not to that extent.
And TDC used to put them on barrels and handcuff them high up on the bars and make them stand on their tiptoes all night. I mean, there used to be a lot of abuse,
Right.
not just in with the police getting confessions, but down in TDC.
Well,
So-
now they just beat it out of them.
Yeah, now they put them in a coma. They beat them up and put them in a coma. So,
Right.
So I guess it's not much different, but it is still different.
Next week when David Renteria is scheduled, I hope there's a stay, but he's a member of the Tiwa Nation of 4,000 or 5,000 people. Their tribe is in El Paso. And some of the indigenous people here in Houston are very interested in this, and I think we may get some of the Aztec dancers to come out to the Walls unit next Thursday.
Did you have an indigenous dancer Thursday? Didn't you say? I thought I heard you say on the video that there was an indigenous dancer.
Oh, there was an event Wednesday for Day of the Dead with the Aztec dancers. Yeah.
Okay, so there may be for his for the protest for David
To honor him.
To honor him. Okay, all right. That's well, David. Hopefully that you will get some relief because I know that you have a few things pending in the courts.
Yeah.
So we're keeping our fingers crossed for you, of course. It was a very exhaustive night last night.
Yes.
Even though it happened fairly quickly, and we're so used to being out there longer, and then all of a sudden, in the snap of a finger, the vans were leaving. And in case you didn't know, or we didn't, and because of the fire, the procedures are different now.
Yes.
So
Because of the fire, and the fire's up on the top.
no,
They can't go in the front door anymore.
yeah, they go in through. They would walk us across the street for a witness, and that would be one of the clues that we would know that the execution was taking place, or it started, or would start soon. Well, now that when you come out of the admin building, they bring you into vans, and they have vans one for media, and the second one is for the family or for the chaplain or, whoever.
Right.
And it was so dark.
But you couldn't see it?
I know. It was like because you would see them walking, up for the Walls unit, up the stairs, and you would, now it was like, what? Oh, it was. it was just very quick. But and we also go ahead.
Well, I'm curious if you had mentioned his statement.
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Because that was very touching.
It was very touching. And it's very touching that the guards risked their lives to save the execution drugs in the Walls unit. We thought that was very touching.
Yeah, So you remember the song you sent me earlier?
I do.
Yep, that's our break song tonight.
Awesome.
You want to introduce it?
This is Johnny Cash's grandson,
Thomas Gabriel.
Thomas Gabriel. Woohoo!
Folsom Prison Blues. He said he was ready.
On down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mother told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. I bet there's rich folks eating on the fancy dining cars. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep a moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they free me from this prison and the railroad train was mine, I bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line. Far from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away.
If you're now tuning in, you're listening to KPFT Houston.
All right. Nothing like a good on air flip it off. Hello.
Yeah, you wasn't watching.
I was not watching, but what I am watching is the fact that we have Manuela on line 6.
Hey guys, good evening. How you doing?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm good. Thank you. Nice to see you. Nice to hear you.
Nice
like
to hear
every
your voice.
week. Thank you. I can see you all three. It's nice. So, and now I want to make a shout out to my husband. It's his birthday today.
Oh.
Hey, baby.
Happy birthday.
Yes. Hey, baby. Happy birthday to you. I do hope and pray that you are all right. I planned to sing the birthday song, but I'm ashamed. I don't want to do it. Maybe at the end. I have to see. Maybe Lucy will sing a song for you. I don't know. Hope and pray you feel better, baby, from your pneumonia. And it sounds good that you have some visitors this week. And I'm happy for every visit you have, my love. I want you to know that I'm always thinking about you. You're always on my mind. And I want you to know that I never loved anyone as I love you. And it's a few days now. I come down to Texas and see you, my love, and see our friends and loved ones. And I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to talk to you. We have to talk a lot, I think. And it's always so nice to get your messages. And I'm very happy about every of your loving words, my baby. You are my first and last suit of every day. Every time I read your messages and see you, I fall in love all over again. All I want to do is spend my life loving you and making you happy, my love. Once I'm yours, I'm yours. I'll stay loyal and committed to you and only you, always and forever. Have a great night, baby. Sleep well. Dream sweet things. I know you do. And I want to tell you again that I love you and that I'm all yours, baby, forever. See you soon. Hear you next week. God be willing. Sweet and pleasant dreams. I love you, baby. Love you. I love you. I love you. Good night.
Now
hey
you gotta
guys,
sing.
have a great evening.
I thought you was gonna sing.
No, you're singing, girl. You were. So we have been sitting here. Come on.
Okay. For my Robert, happy birthday to you.
Bum, bum, bum.
Happy birthday to you.
Bum, bum, bum.
Happy birthday, my Robert. Happy birthday to you. With all my love, baby.
And many more.
Thank you, guys.
You did really well.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening and have a great weekend, guys. Love you all.
Bye-bye, Manuela.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Now my instructions are gone. What am I
what
to
are we
do?
gonna do?
I know. All right. Where?
You can foil her. Just go to Catherine.
Okay, let's just do Catherine. I confused her.
Yeah,
Catherine.
there you go. Hey, Catherine.
What's up, Cowboy Dave?
How you doing, man?
Well, you tell me how you guys are doing.
Well, this is Captain Tom. She
That's
wrote
not-
Catherine.
That
The real Captain, yes, this is the real Captain Tom.
Yeah, that's
You're
Captain Tom.
You're not Catherine.
Hello, Dani.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And hello, Linda.
How's the Vietnam veteran meetings going? I seen you getting your shirts and your hats.
Yes. Matter of fact, they're doing great. So I want to do shout outs to all my incarcerated veterans and homeless veterans. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. And I want to say to you, if you served in a theater of combat, welcome home, fellas. Welcome home. You know, we all appreciate what you've done for us, and you served your nation. And now I will do my shout-outs. Arkansas, Juju, Leroy, John Armstrong, J.B. Anderson, Clarence Lee Bowman, David Keys, Pete Sines. Also want to shout out to George Carmichael. And let me get my list back here. Give me a hard time. George Johnson, John R. Green, Stephen Young, Terrence Carmichael, John Wayne, Mike Dean, Robert Brown, Terry Lee Lewis, Samuel B. Harris, Robert Harris. We have Jacob Farrell, Peter Torres, Thomas Mitchell, Bob Dunn, Roger Jackson, Bobby Barber, Charles McKay, William Russell, Mitchell Shelby, Brian Morris, Patrick Lynn Meck, and Bobby Joe Harper, and Carlton Lewis. Also, you could continue, even though the fund drive is over with, you can continue to donate to KPFT by going to kpft.org. Call 713-526-5738. Push option number 1. And also, you can continue to donate to the prison show. And I will call back next week. And David, Dani, Linda, back to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Now.
And Lisa?
And Jeanette.
Okay. Miss Anjanette, line 3.
Hey, Anjanette, how are you doing?
It's not red. It's green, which means she's got it on the phone instead of on the air.
Oh,
now
and
she hung up on it.
Now she hung up on it. Hello?
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 Yes, is this Linda?
Yeah.
Dani?
It's Dani.
It's all of us. We're
I
all
know
here,
who
Miss
you
Lydia.
are.
Hi, David.
How
yes,
are you?
Hi. We're good. We're good here in the valley. We're good.
Go ahead and make your shout out.
Already?
Yeah, they just it kind of happened that way. So
Yeah, you go ahead.
might as well take advantage of it.
Okay. Hello, mijito. We got disconnected on that call, mijo. Patty just wanted to let you know that she's doing good. And she has her doctor appointment on Monday. But you can talk tomorrow. You can talk to your tia tomorrow. And Jorge and I finished baking the cookies, and we had a few, but they'll be good with coffee tomorrow, God willing. And it's not raining. It's just a little drizzle. We really haven't gotten that much rain, but we're down to about 60 degrees, and there's no breeze, so it feels nice. It just feels really nice. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. I love you, and I miss you, mijo. You take care. And I'm sure everybody's heard about those, what do you call them? The microwaves. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, yes.
Very good.
Yes. Very good. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Lord. So we'll talk tomorrow, mijo. Love you and miss you. You take care. My saludos to the guys, to Big Blue, to Jeff, Rudy, Juan, Eric, Blaine, Ruben, Artie, Roderick, Moises, Ivan. You all take care. Know that you are in our thoughts and prayers. And good night. Good night, guys.
Good night, Miss Lydia.
Thank you. Is Linda there?
Yep.
Oh, she's there. Well, tell her hi for me.
Hi.
Okay.
I'm listening to you.
Hi, Linda.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Miss Lydia.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Good night. Good night. Bye.
So now you can buy pizzas and popcorn and put them in the microwave.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about time. They've been having it like at the pack unit. They had them there.
Wonder why it took so long to get them at Polonsky.
Well, it is Polonsky.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just had a great conversation, but I thought Warden Ivy kind of cared. I thought he was really good whenever I talked to him.
Well, I mean, there's been quite a few. I mean, Warren Dickerson was amazing. He did a lot of good for, but I mean, once you hear, what is it, ACA? ACA. Once you hear they're coming,
They got to put everything in there, right? Oh, the Sunset Committee too, right?
Sunset Committee, absolutely. Okay, so let's consider. Let's go to Paula because she's been waiting the longest.
And Jeanette was too, right? We dropped her.
We dropped her.
Right, but
Hi.
Hi, Paula.
How are y'all?
Doing good.
This is for Bobby Woods at the Vance unit. I love you, and we made parole. He's going to get out in January, so we don't have much longer.
Awesome.
Yes, I'm so happy to start a new chapter in our book forever.
That is
And
awesome.
yes, I am so glad. I love him to death, and I love you, Bobby, and we're almost there, baby. Just hang on. We'll be there. And he wanted to leave a message for his son, Bobby Woods, at Plumsky Unit. He told him to tell him he loves him and keep his head high. And all right, and that's all I need to say tonight. And thank y'all for everything. I love you, Bobby. We'll talk to you tomorrow. And bye-bye.
Bye, Paula. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye. You too, young lady.
Oh, I like her. She said young lady. I like that. Okay, let's go to Anjanette because someone hung
Dropped
up
her off a while ago.
And it wasn't me, Anjanette. No, it wasn't me.
Hey, girl.
Hi, Dani. How are you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm a little tired, but I'm good. I want to give a shout out to William Spear at the Polensky unit, Big Will. He's on life row. I love you, baby. I'm thinking of you. I'm missing you. I need to see you, my love, tomorrow. Baby, I will be with you tomorrow. Looking into your beautiful, special eyes, falling in love with you over and over again. I thank God for you every day, my love. I will never, ever lose sight of what he did for you. How amazing is his grace, his love. We love because he first loved us. He is the example of love, which reminds us again and again to love other people. And that's what you show me to do, baby. You show me how to love myself. So thank you. I'm holding you right now, my love, laying my head on your chest, hearing your heartbeat for me, for us. Baby, it sounds like heart and soul. I love you so very, very much, my beautiful husband. I will always love you. I remember the first time I saw you. I was just sitting over there. Then you passed by and sang that song. It was very brief, but I did see you smiling, and I was like, oh, my gosh, I need some more of that. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And you're just over there doing your thing, not even knowing that I was thinking about you every day. And when the time was right, I was going to shoot my shot. And here we are. So, I'm totally in love with you, Will. You have my heart. You have all of me. If people were rain, I would be drizzle, and you a hurricane. Now, that is a quote from a book, and Blaine, you've read the book. I also want to say rest in heaven, Brent. It does put a smile on my face to know where you are now in the gracious hands of the Lord. However, I'm still so very sad of how you had to get there. Also, prayers for David Rentera. I know if you guys have wrote some clemency letters for you, and you're going to get a stay, God willing. My shout out. Blaine, how's my friend? I hope you're well. I want to send a special shout out to Bubba. How you doing, Bubba? Beto, hola Beto, Mark, Woody, Eric, Devo, Kangaroo. Also, a very, very special shout out to the Fat Swag crew on the Polanski unit. God bless you guys. Baby, I'm loving you, missing you, kissing you, like 9,000 right now. I love you. You're my life. You're my everything. I will see you tomorrow. Think about me. Don't forget about me. I love you. I love you. Pray, my love. Good night, Dani, Linda, David, everyone at the prison show, and thank you guys for everything. Will and I do send our love and big, big hugs. Hashtag hug life, his life. So you guys did something last week. So one more thing. Dani, can y'all play a song for me and Will? Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton.
Yeah, I think it'll get us taken off of Facebook. It'll block us.
Oh, because you don't own the rights to the song.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, one more thing, my love. You were wonderful tonight. Thank you. So, all right, you guys have a good night. God bless you.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Beep, beep, beep. Annalisa?
Annalisa.
Hello, friends at the prison show. It's Annalisa, and this is my shout out for my friend Isidro. Hi, Isidro. I hope you are doing well. I'm doing good, and I'm at the airport. I'm going to fly to Italy and stay there for the weekend. And hopefully there will be warm and sunny. In London is cold and rainy. I hope you are having a good day, and I send you my warm wishes and big hugs. And take care, my friend. Take care, everyone. Bye.
She's always so nice. All right. Vanessa.
Hi.
Hi, Vanessa.
How are y'all?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Cassiano at Ramsey 1 Unit, to my boy Southside. I love you, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow at Visit. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great weekend and a great visit tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. I think we have Patricia Morales.
Hey, the shout out is Humberto. Hey, mijo. I called, but our line got cut off. I'm doing good, mijo. Thank God. The valve was placed correctly. Everything is done. I feel better. They told me to rest a couple of days. I have an appointment on Monday, and they'll tell me hopefully I can go back to McAllen. The weather here is cold. Your mother said it was 60 in the valley, but I feel it cold here. Anyway, we got a lot of rain yesterday. I'm sure you did too. And I was worried about that fire that happened in Shepherd, mijo. The Thank God that young man's doing okay. Pioneer, 1 district, mijo, Sherryland Pioneer, 1 district yesterday. So we're glad about that. Your tío let me know today. I was talking to your tía earlier, Tia Gracie, and we were laughing, and I'm going to make you laugh. I hope, put a smile on your face today. Joey's wedding's coming up, and, Tia Early had her back surgery. I had my heart surgery. Tia Janie had her eyes done. And Tio Juan is sick. So we asked Joey if she was going to have a handicap section for us, because we might have to go in a wheelchair, some of in a walker. But we're alive, mijito. God is good. And that's the important thing. She might have to have an ambulance outside, like the football games. That's what we compared it to. But anyway, mijito, we're happy, we're alive, and God is good. I hope I made you smile, Beto. I love you, mijo. Good night. Thank.
Oh.
Quick draw.
Another quick draw, man.
Thanks, Patricia. If you can hear us out there somewhere.
Thank you. All right. I think we have a Caitlin that is
in queue.
This is a shout out for Beto Garza in Polunsky. Hey boo, how are you? I hope that there is a smile on your handsome face and that you're in good health and spirits. As for me, well, yeah, I'm okay. I'm home after working today and back in tomorrow. But yes, so far it's been a good shift. Even though I was in a lot over the last few days, yeah, the shifts were pretty good and chilled, which is what I like. Daytona is here. She is snuggled into me and she is having a snoozer on the couch. Buddy is doing good too. And yeah, it's getting pretty cold here now. So yeah. Other than that, yeah, I sent you an email just now. And that's about it, yeah. Everything is going okay. Yeah, and so please know that you're in my heart, thoughts and prayers, and that I am sending you hugs and kisses. Good night, sweet dreams, and please stay safe. And to everybody at the prison show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
All right. Thank you, Caitlin. All right. We've got two
Denises.
But we have a Miss Shirley on line 6. Hi, Miss Shirley.
Hello.
How you doing, Miss Shirley?
All right. I was just going to call and do a shout out to Blaine. Blaine, I forgot to ask you if you heard your songs the other night, so I guess you can tell me tomorrow if you did or not. So if it didn't, I can re-put them in for you. And hope everybody's doing okay back there. And I'm going to have to write down everybody's name back there because I know Will, and I know Eric, but the rest of the names I don't know, so I need to write them all down. But I pray for each and every one of y'all anyway in there, and I hope everything is going well. I hope you enjoyed your supper. When we were talking, you was having supper, and I hope you enjoyed it. I love and miss you very much, and everyone says say you hello and that they love you very much. And I hope to talk to you tomorrow, and you keep your head up, and everybody back there keep y'all's head up. God is good, and thank God every day. So y'all just hold your heads up and keep praying as I pray for y'all. Good night, Blaine. Sweet dreams. everyone sweet dreams back there. And thank y'all.
Thank you, Miss Shirley. Have a
Good
great
night.
Have a great
You
weekend.
too. Y'all too.
Well, pick
Good
a
night.
Denise. Let's go to a Denise.
Let's pick one. How about line 1?
Hey, Miss Denise. Hello? Is it Dennis or Denise?
D-Nice.
I don't think there's anyone there. Can you hear our voice?
I know. I don't think there's anyone on line 1.
Try line 4.
How about the Denise on line 4? Hi, Denise.
Can you hear us now?
I'm here.
You're there?
They had your name on 2 different lines.
Yes, you know what? I did call and then I got disconnected, so I called again.
Oh, and here you are. Will you go ahead with your shout out?
Hello, hi. So I just want to give a shout out to my brother. This is Facundo's sister. Yeah, I missed last week's show. I got super sick. I don't know if you can still hear my voice a little bit scratchy.
No, you sound fine. You sound great.
Yeah, so I'm better, but I did listen to you all, and I was listening today again. I just wanted to make sure I got to call this time once again, say hi to him. Well, he knows. I love him, and I'm here always, every day. We always have him. Well, for me, right? He's always on my mind and my heart, and I know yesterday and today, the day after, I'm assuming is usually even more tough or hard, but stay strong. We're all here for you. And yeah, I hope he can hear me. I know he was having problems last time, but I hope he gets to hear me this time.
What kind of problems was he having? Was his radio messing up?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it worked out this time. If not, his celly probably let him use his radio. Well, they don't have cellies.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah. Like, hey, your
We used to
sister's
pass
on
the
this-
radios down the run every chance we could get.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to say hi to you all as well. What a very informative today. I mean, every time, but it's so much to take in, and thank you all for being out there yesterday. I saw the pictures. I'm sure, everybody that has someone on death row appreciates it, even if it's not our own. It's tough to have a family member on death row, and the support you all are able to give them when we're not, it means a lot to us as their families. So thank you all for being out. I saw the pictures out there yesterday and everything that you all do for these men and everybody, right? Not just them.
Right. We're there for everyone in TDC and in regular jail also.
Yes. So yeah, I just wanted to say hi to him and to you all. I hope everyone's doing good.
We are, and we appreciate you calling in, and I know he does too.
Yes, of course. But yeah, it was really nice talking to you all. I don't know what else to say.
Well, that's okay. Just call back next week.
Oh yeah, I will. I'm going to try and call every Friday. And hopefully we get to meet soon. I know you were asking when I would be able to go out there. So hopefully when, we cross paths one day and I get to meet you in person.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yes.
Okay. You have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. And now let's go to Diana on line 2.
Dani, Linda, David,
Hey,
Diana.
How are you?
Hi, buddy. I was hoping I could make it out tonight to the show. I wasn't able to make it tonight, but I thank y'all so much. Dani, I missed you last week at Visit. I did get to see Linda, but I'm so sorry I didn't get to see you.
I was there. I just wasn't yelling loud enough.
I'm sorry.
I don't have a very loud voice.
I wish I was. Sorry. I was so neat that we're all there visiting at the same time. What a gift, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank y'all for everything that y'all do. Thank y'all so much for keeping just everything you do. Sending a shout out to everybody over at the Polunsky unit and any units that could hear us. Just know that we are thinking about y'all and that we care about you. I want to send a shout out to my son, Johnny. I hope you can hear me. I know you have been in an area now where you're not able to get the radio station, but I hope that, you said that you had borrowed your friend's radio and somebody just mentioned, David just mentioned that too. And I hope that the radio was able to pick up the station tonight. I love you, mijo. I'm so glad that we got to talk today. And thank you for my beautiful birthday card on the Securus app. I love you so much. I'm so glad I got to see you last weekend and have our pictures. I sent them to you. And I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'll see you next weekend. Hopefully we get to talk tomorrow. I sure hope you can hear me, mijo. I love you so much. God bless you. God bless you all. Thank you again, Dani, David, Linda. Thank y'all for everything that y'all do. And hopefully I'll see y'all next week. I hope.
All right.
Sounds
okay.
good.
Wonderful night. Okay. Thank you.
We'll put you to work.
Yeah. In a heartbeat.
So I do. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
For always including me. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You know what? She brought up a very good point about the pictures. Mr. Pribble, I hope you got the pictures. You haven't responded. Maybe the pictures are so bad that he's like, oh, my God. All right.
I still can't figure out how to send them.
What?
I can't figure out how to send them on the e-message.
You attach them as photos.
Just like an email.
It's just like an email. You just you download them that she sent them to you.
Yeah.
You download them on your computer or on your phone. And then when you email.
Well, that I don't know how to do. I don't know how to download it to my computer. I've never downloaded it to my computer. I don't know how to do that.
Okay. Go ahead with Mike.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing his shout out for the prison show tonight. I'd like to do the shout outs to Guys of Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout out to Philip Perez, Philip in Dallas. Lucy and Michelle want me to do a shout out for Paul. Shout out for Philip in Dallas, Jovan, Matt, Thomas, Edward Ruiz, Adam Wilkerson. Tasha wants me to do a shout out for Payday. Shout out for Matt. Shout out for Haas. And shout out to Bill R. Sims. Special shout out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're doing better. Shout out to Edward Lee Cart. And you can continue to write in care of Mysterious Mike Lewis to David Collingsworth. And I wish everybody a happy Veterans Day tomorrow. All the free people and the locked up veterans. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful Veterans Day. Take care and back to the prison show.
Thanks, Mike. And he always says in care of David Collingsworth. Well, the address for David Collingsworth.
Collingsworth is 226 Chipmunk Trail. Chipmunk Trail. Let me see. Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, America, Shepherd, Texas, 77371.
77371.
And you know what happened?
It didn't blow up the whole world.
Oh, no. Yeah. Michael Lewis got my telephone number.
Oh, did he call you?
He texted me, and the reason I'm because God help me, because now I'm getting all these text messages in all caps, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why? Stop it.
So I posted a picture of our dog peeking out from underneath of our ramp that goes up to the porch, and he said, "Is she looking for cherries?" Because we call the place Cherry Creek.
Oh dear God.
He just comes up with all these corny little things. He means well, but he just.
No, he doesn't. You want to see the text messages he's sending to me? He doesn't.
Picking on you? He's being mean? Yeah, I want to read them.
Yeah, there's no picking.
I'll
Okay, let's.
So Linda wanted to say something.
Oh, go ahead.
You gonna
My
tag
Mike
something?
said he won't hire me at his club.
You gonna go pole dancing?
That's what it says I'm gonna be in 2024. And so Mike made a comment.
You gotta get it right here.
You gotta talk up in there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mike made a comment because it said I'm gonna be a pole dancer in 2024, and so I asked Mike if he would hire me, and he said no.
Mike works at a.
Yeah.
At a girly.
A booby bar.
A booby bar.
Yeah. Well, maybe, I don't know. I don't want to talk about anybody, but maybe you in 2024 you'll have bigger boobs, and then he'll have to hire you.
Maybe so. You hurt my feelings, though, Mike.
There's so much I want to say, but I'm going to move on over to line 3. Let's go to line 3. Hi, how are you? Jamie or Heidi? Is it Jamie?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. Hello?
Hi, you were talking really far away.
I'm so sorry.
No, don't apologize. It was funny. Go ahead with your shout out.
All right, I want to do a shout out to my husband, Gucci, on Ella's unit. I love you, babe. I'm thinking about you. And I just want to let you know this is a very important one right here. I forgot to write you. It just came to my head earlier. Oops, I didn't respond to his letter. But you don't have to worry about pictures on Facebook. And you know what kind of pictures I'm talking about. So, yeah, I love you. And the girls are laughing at me. But I love you, babe. I miss you. And I can't wait to see you. And you will be home soon. Still praying for you. What, Ollie?
Good night, brother. Good night, Gucci. Have a nice night.
Have a nice night. I love you, babe. But I'll get to see you soon. And that's it. Do you want to say something?
Love you, brother. Good night.
I love you, babe. And Gucci? Hello?
Bye, Gucci. Good night.
I love you, babe. And yes, I'll see you soon. I love you. I just want to say good night and sweet dreams. Mwah. So you did get both of my letters from this morning, right? Yes. Okay. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'm thinking about you. We have this church event in the morning, so we're about to go to sleep. Well, Ollie's going to be up doing shirts. We got to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But I love you, babe. We're also going to be selling her the jewelry that she has, too, so, and her godly shirts. But I love you. Good night. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank y'all so much. Good night, y'all.
Good night. Have a great weekend.
Likewise. Bye-bye.
All right. And really quick, Ken Decker, you sent a letter to Mr. Collingsworth.
It's got your name on it.
Yeah, but he sent it to your address. Just wanted to let you know that I did receive it.
Woohoo.
Ken Decker. And you made my night. I love the kudos that you sent me. I appreciate it, and I'm going to try to help you.
They took a month to get here.
Oh.
What's the date on it?
October 31st. It was mailed.
That's not too bad then.
No.
Today's the 10th.
I appreciate it. I love it. Love it. Love it. And I shared it with Linda. Love it. Love it a lot. Edwin on line 5. Edwin on line 5.
Edwin? It's Edward.
Oh, it's Edward. I was just
Edward.
Where were you last night, Edward? We talked about you.
I was watching y'all doing the protest, and we were doing a protest in San Antonio.
Oh, great. Great.
Yeah, so we're spreading the word out. And I saw y'all last night, and I really appreciate what y'all were doing. I know it was rain, and the weather was bad, but I'm hoping none of y'all got sick or anything from it.
I did.
We're just bitter.
Really?
We're just bitter old people. That's what we are.
Oh, don't say that. Come on. We're all fighting for the good fight, aren't we? We're all just trying to fight for the good
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, my shout-out to y'all for doing what y'all did last night and doing the show tonight as well. And really, my main shout-out tonight is to the memory of Mr. Brent Brewer. You know, he was only 19 years old when he did what he did, and he was murdered last night in our name. And I never got to know the guy, but I got to hear his story. And may his soul rest in peace tonight. You know.
Well,
and I hope one day we can end the death penalty. I know it's not really the best shout out in the world to say that, but you know, we're hurting a little sad from what happened yesterday, you know, and I know y'all are in the front lines of that one.
Yeah, it was, you know, but we had, I've mentioned it a couple of times tonight, but Pam Perillo was right there with us, and you know, just to have her right there who spent, you know, so much time on death row and in prison, and it was amazing to have her fighting with us.
I saw that she'd been on death row for a good minute, and I'm sorry if I take a little bit long. I just, you know, I'm sad about what happened yesterday. I'm glad y'all are fighting a good fight. I'm glad we're all trying. And I know we have another upcoming murder on Thursday, correct?
Absolutely, yes. One scheduled.
God, when does it end? But you know what? Here, I'll end on a positive note. My shout out is to everyone in prison right now. It's hurting their families, and just I just want to spread some love and say, man, I wish y'all the best. From the families to the victims to the people locked up, I'm wishing each and every one of y'all the best tonight. I really do. Much love, much peace, much respect to each and every one of y'all. And I hope all this craziness in the world gets solved one day. And I hope we end the death penalty. That's all.
Well, thank you, Edward. I appreciate it, and thank y'all for doing what you were doing in San Antonio.
Likewise. I appreciate y'all, and y'all keep up the good work, all right?
Thank you.
Have a good night.
All right, good night, y'all. Peace.
Peace. All right. Carmela on line 1.
Good evening.
Good
I don't know, can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for being here. I'd like to wish everybody at the prison show and in the free world, and then those that are not free, a happy Veterans Day, and the families that of the veterans. I'd like to say hello to my nephew. I'm sorry, I just went brain dead. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. I'm so embarrassed.
That's okay.
Bradley Leland Aiken. I guess you're still in Dallas. I don't know. I'm going to try and get a letter off to Mr. Mysterious Mike in care of the gentleman on the radio show. I forgot your name, too.
David?
Yes, thank you. I'm trying to find out where you are. I sent a text to your mother last Friday, and I haven't heard anything. So I guess I need to reach out on the phone to her. But anyway, I hope you're well physically and emotionally and spiritually. I hope you're safe. Want you to know that you are loved, and I'm just thinking about you. I know it's not easy. I'm sure it's not. I don't know. I mean, I've been in a rinky-dink jail, but nothing major. Just keep your head up, keep your eyes and ears open, and hopefully your mouth shut. I know that's hard to do, being who we are, being in Aiken, but try your best. Just want you to know that you are loved. You're not forgotten about. I'm sorry I don't always get to make a shout out to you. But I'm going to try my darndest to do it every Friday. I love you. We all wish things don't happen, but they do, and we just have to move forward. There's a church that I go by when I go to the social services downtown Houston. It's called Trinity. I forgot the name of it. Trinity Lutheran, I believe. And they have a memorial to gun violence. And I stop there every day to think about you and the victim and his family. Just wanted to share that with you, and just let you know that I love you, and hope you're staying warm. It's getting cold, my kind of weather, but wet and cold here in Houston. But I'm doing okay, and a big hug to you, and just know that you're loved, Bradley. Even though I haven't seen you in years, I haven't forgotten about you, and I love you. And have a good night, stay warm, rest well, and have a good weekend as much as you can. Thank you, Prison Show. You guys have a wonderful Veterans Day weekend, and don't forget to say thank you to a veteran.
All right.
And thank you for being there.
Thank you, Miss Carmela.
Okay, thank you.
Talk
Good
to you
night.
next weekend.
Thank you.
I hope so. Thank you. Good night.
All
Good
right.
night.
Miss Elizabeth? Hello, Miss Elizabeth.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I was having a hard time getting in because it kept on cutting off the phone. But either way, I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
I hope everybody's doing okay.
Yeah,
But I
we're
wanna
just
give
running kind of late tonight. We've had good callers.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to hear most of it. But anyway, our shout out goes to Isidro. Hey, mijo. I just want to tell you I love you, and we have good news. We have a new baby that was born this morning. Brianna had her little girl. She weighed, I think, a little bit, about 6 pounds, I think, something like that. But she's in good health. And we found out today that Chris is having a little boy, and he'll be born sometime in May of next year. And May the 14th, actually, on Dad's birthday. That's the due date. but anyway, your dad's happy. As, of course, I am too. But anyway, we're all doing okay. I just want to tell you I love you, and hopefully we get to see the girls tomorrow. And just take care of yourself in there, and I hope you call tomorrow. But I love you, mijo. But we have more news, so I'll talk to you tomorrow about it. But here's Dad. Love you. Good night.
Hey, mijo. I just want to tell you I love you, and I can't wait for our next visit, mijo. Anyway, your tia Shirley told me to tell you that she loves you, and the baby's doing good, to be honest. But anyway, so I love you. Good night. Take care of yourself. And we'll see you next time. Bye, mijo.
Good night, my baby. I love you. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much. Samantha? Hello, Miss Samantha? Hello, are you there? If you can hear my voice, it's time to shout out. Yep, I guess we'll go on to Karina. Hello, Miss Karina.
Hello, guys. Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, we sure can.
Hi, guys. How are y'all doing today?
We're blessed. How are you?
I am doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. I want to say thank you, guys, and the prison show for everything you do. I want to send a big shout out to Facundo Chavez. I love you, baby. I miss you so much. Remember this. You're my rock. You're my sweetheart. You're my everything. And I miss you so much. And thank you guys for everything for this show.
Well, thank you, Karina.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, have a good night, guys.
You too.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So did Miss Samantha come back?
No,
Nope.
Samantha.
No Samantha.
No Samantha.
All right. Well, you made one little shout out. Do you want to make a shout out? Or Linda?
I got a list, so don't worry. We don't have time.
Will it take longer than 4 minutes?
Well, I just wanted to, the couple of letters that we did get from, like I said, Ken Decker, I did receive that letter, and Daniel Ramirez received that letter.
And Troy Glover.
Linda received that letter. And I think she read one of the poems, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. For that, it was a rough night last night. It's always a rough night for an execution, but it's even harder when the weather, is bad. And one thing I love about Gloria, you can egg her on and she'll do just about anything. I asked her to go. I said, I think those men came out. So I said, is it over with? And she walked over there, and the two men would not answer her, and
they won't talk to you. The guards are not allowed to talk to us.
No, they weren't the guards.
Oh, wait, the guards.
No, you were in the car.
Okay.
Yeah, no, these were two men in suits.
Is that when she cussed at him?
Oh yeah, you heard?
I heard it. Yeah, I was thinking. Remember what Ray said? So I was just glad she wasn't on the radio.
No, she wasn't on the radio.
Yeah, well, I mean that's fine to do it on Facebook Live.
We
do all kinds of stuff on Facebook Live.
And I think that's what when I said, I love egging her on.
Yeah, she'll let you have it. She come right up in KPFT and let Vertle Bennett have it.
Yeah,
both barrels.
Yeah,
she got kicked out for a whole year at KPFT because
when she believes in something, and it's not that. I mean, I believe in it wholeheartedly, but I just have difficulty when I'm trying to maneuver my umbrella, and I'm a gimp. She's something else. So Gloria.
Yeah, I like Gloria. She's been my hero she's been on my hero list for a long time.
She is, and when you mix her and Pam Perillo out there, man.
Pam had it going on, huh?
Man, I was like, wow. Because she also worked with the dogs for veterans with PTSD. And.
Wow.
Yeah,
Patriot Paws?
Yeah, that's it. Patriot Paws. Yeah. She's an amazing woman. And,
She was out there the whole night?
Yeah, she stood out in the tent, and she was out there with her and Connie. They brought her 2 dogs.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was. We had, and Samantha, or not Samantha, Stephanie, her husband is a field minister. She was out there with us, and and then we had Clementine. There was so many people out there protesting, and you guys.
How many people did you have?
I don't know, probably 15. There were a couple across the street that I wasn't sure who they were, but it was, it was raining pretty good. Yeah. So I didn't know who they were.
Well, thank you, ladies, for doing that. Thank you all for going out there, and whoever's joining them, thank you so much for that. We're almost out of time. I wanted to talk about Cnvrge. Cnvrge comes up next. You guys tune in. If you like techno music, then these two guys are for you. I have admitted to listen to it from time to time. It's kind of different. You can crank it up on the Harley and you can ride, and it's just different. I'm a country boy, but if you like techno music, it come right out of the college. So y'all tune in for after that. And in the meantime, we're going to go out with Charlie and the Regrets.
Have a great weekend, guys.